This a survival story. This a 2B story. This is my story. 2B's TV story. Hey, wow, wow. 2B's TV. We're keeping it loud. Bang it.
Yeah, I want to know, like, what was the inspiration behind the song, the creative process, like, behind the song? Like, that song holds a special place in a lot of millennials' hearts.
Ghetto Story is very special to me. It's my life. Probably 85% of it is my personal life. The next 15% is what I've read, what I've seen just going on in and around us in Jamaica. I mean, growing up. The funny thing about Ghetto Story, just to hear you mention that just now, personalities to you, there's a story, short story. I met this kid from Cyprus, but he's from, I think, Sierra Leone, African dude. He owns one of the biggest nightclubs in Cyprus right now, the biggest concert venues. And I was the first artist for him to book in his venue. And his reason was, Ghetto Story was the song that kept him alive coming across on the boat, because his country was going through a genocide at the time. And that at the time when the song just came out, that was one of the songs that he could relate to. So coming across on the boat to Europe, that was what was keeping him just in his ears. He wasn't listening to the waves, nothing at all. And we know that journey. We have seen that journey and those situations on the news daily. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't make it. And to him, when he started got himself situated in Cyprus and started building up himself and working and making a living, and decided he was going to go into the entertainment world and make enough to basically got his own club. He said the first artist that he wanted to bring to Cyprus in his club was the man who performed Ghetto Story. So when he was even telling me his story, to me it was like, you know, you do music and you think that your story is the worst story. I mean, we grew up in Jamaica, we have it that it's the worst. And you realize that everyone has their own story. You know what I mean? And it's your story just the same. Right. So much of us, we live such similar lives and we don't even realize, because the world seems so big, you know what I mean? But it's really not. All of us that come from lower class income communities, we face the same situations over and over and over again. And this has been going on before they took us from Africa. You know what I mean? And this kid, even the night I was performing, even though he's the promoter and he's our boss for the night, it was just a different vibe, just reasoning with it. Because to him, I'm like his idol. You know what I mean? I'm like, we wrote this because of what we were going through. It's not like we were writing this thinking that it's someone else's world we're tapping into, you know what I mean? Or someone else's disadvantage. It's just one of them things that shows you how powerful music is. You know what I mean? And we can't take it for granted.
Especially when you collaborate, because then when Alicia Keys hopped on the remix, I'm like, she was really eating white rice and honey? Like, how did you guys connect?
Yo, Alicia is the greatest. Alicia is the greatest. Alicia is the humblest, the sweetest, the most talented. I all Alicia album from day one. And the producer, Dave Kelly, reached out to me one morning and said, I got Alicia on the track. I'm like, what do you mean, Alicia? Which Alicia? You know what I mean? Because that's, if you follow Alicia's career, at that time, she probably never had a collaboration with 5 persons, you know what I mean? Because she's very strategic in what she does and very picky. And when I went into the studio and heard the vocal and everything, I couldn't believe, you know what I mean? And for her to be so humble, for even, she's the one that basically said she wanted to shoot the video where I came from. You know what I mean? She didn't want to just do her part. She could have stuck out. She's a superstar. She could have said, you know what, I'm not leaving New York. I just want to do my thing in New York. That's it. And she was like, nope, we want to go where your story started. And we took her back to where I'm from, which is Sherlock Crescent, which is the ghetto of Kingston 20. And it was like a holiday in Kingston. Everyone came just to see her.
I bet. Did you get to show her around?
Repeat?
Did you get to show her around?
Yeah, we went all over. Went to Port Royal, went to the dance hall in the night, just to let her enjoy and see the whole vibe, you know what I mean? Authentic vibe. And we were there all evening because the shoot took 2 days. And it was based, it didn't feel like a video shoot. It felt like a face. We were just chilling, enjoying, and the whole community, basically all of Kingston came out for both days. The avenue was blocked off. They had to have police. People just wanted to get a look at Alicia, you know what I mean? And we have to give her credit. A lot of people are genuine superstars. They are so humble with it, you know what I mean? And I would never ever forget that. Never ever forget that she took the time out to really say, you know what? I don't care what the label is saying. I want to do it in Jamaica. I don't care what the label is saying. I want to come and perform the song with you live on stage. And I want to do it not in front of just an international audience, but in front of a hardcore dance audience. And I will never ever forget that.
Wait, was the label actually telling her not to do it? Or you're just thinking that?
No, we heard stuff, you know what I mean? You kind of hear stuff like labels probably weren't pushing for her to come to Jamaica to shoot. And she's the one that said, nope, I want to do it in Jamaica. I'm not gonna do my part here. Because if you notice, even the Sean Paul, Beyonce, they weren't in the same spaces together. They never performed it together. So you realize that there's a lot of politics in the music industry, and she kind of break down all those politics when it came to our collaboration.
Okay. Another one of my favorite hip hop collaborations from you is Tables Will Turn by Foxy Brown. You know, I'm from Brooklyn. That one was it for us. How was it working with her on set of the video?
Yo, with Inga, if you know it's a caller, Inga, it's not Fox.
You have to. That's Inga right now.
That's my sister. That's my sister, like real. You know what I mean? Me and Inga share a relationship as far back as 1999. So when we were working in the studio, we were already good friends. She was already coming to Jamaica just to chill with us. We would, whenever I'm in New York, she would make sure that to take care of us. And she kind of reached out just from a Caribbean background point of view at the time, just to show love to our culture, you know what I mean? And I would never ever forget. So in the studio tonight, I remember that record, we wrote it on the plane coming from London. Myself and Dave Kelly, he was making the beat on the plane, and I was writing my verse at the time. We land in New York and went straight to the studio, no, straight from London. And we knocked out the record probably in 2 hours. That's how quick it was, 2 hours. But the hook was different. The hook was, I think the chorus was, in every little thing that you do, remember that the key's to be true. In every little thing that you say, will make you stronger every day. Never let them get into your mind. Everything is only for a time. That was the original chorus.
Wow.
But the musical greatness of who Foxy is, and a lot of people don't understand the level of where Foxy Brown is. She was like, yo, everything else is perfect, but that hook is not going to cut it. I need a hook that's going to let people remember this. People need to hear this and know that this is the Caribbean connection. Bad girl from Brooklyn, Trinidadian background with rude boy from Yard. You know, that's Inga. That's just her. That whole Caribbean fusion she started. You know what I mean? All of them came after Inga and took it to the next level where they're supposed to take it. But that connection, Inga is the one that paved the way for that Caribbean connection with the hip hop world. You know what I mean? And we have to give credit to Inga. So she's the one that basically changed the chorus to "What a day when the tables will turn."
And I love that part.
Fire. Up to the day, that song is still in my set every day, every concert. No concert at all can go without those songs. Those songs are songs that sold millions, songs that basically broke down the barriers, you know what I mean? And took dancehall in at that time. Before that, a lot of people didn't really know me personally. They're talking about Old Soul America. So Foxy Brown was responsible for taking me into Old Soul America. You know what I mean? So big up to Inga Marchand. Mwah. Love you loads.
We'll probably hear some stories about you when she drops her memoir in December.
Yo,
she has some.
Yo, we're on the phone like probably once a week. Once a week on the phone, once a week, or probably texting every every 3 days. Inga is a real sister, like real. No joke, you know what I mean? Real family.
Yeah, I know her connection in Jamaica is really heavy, and she's always put on. I've heard like back in the day, she tried to get Def Jam to do like another subdivision solely for reggae, but they just didn't believe in it at the time.
Yo, Foxy been fighting for that.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to release Tables Turn as a single. They weren't feeling Tables Turn as a single. You know what I mean? And I think at the time they were more looking towards the bigger names. You know what I mean? Probably if it was 3 years after when like the name Baby Cham kind of burst onto the scene, they would have. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But at the time we were really the underground kings of dance before the international success. So you have Babylon Boy, Give Them the Dance. Those songs were really mashing up dancehall space, and that's what kind of drew her towards me. And she was fighting with Def Jam for years just to get like some form of conglomerate, so she could basically be the ambassador to reggae and dancehall space, like sign artists and promote records to help just the whole dancehall circle and the whole reggae space. So everything that we achieve, she's one of them that is a behind the scene pioneer, you know what I mean, for dancehall and reggae music. And a lot of people don't know that. So Inga Marsh and Foxy Brown, I want to say thank you for representing dancehall and reggae music on the international level. You know what I mean? And as a superstar that you are, we salute you. Bang.
Bop, bop.